To get started, I just want to start off by acknowledging the traditional territory of CAFN, Ta'an, and Champagne-Ajac First Nation. I want to also thank Champagne-Ajac First Nation for inviting me to do this demo with you tonight. I did it last year, really enjoyed it. People seem to have really enjoyed it. So I was really pleased to be invited back. And special thanks to Carol Buzzell, Holly Undershoot, and Colleen Joe Titus for the support that they've given to bring this session to you guys over the last 2 nights. So as I said earlier, if you could set up your space, have your scissors and shears or a sharp knife in case we need to trim your boughs or anything. You will have, I'm going to go sort of through the supplies. So in your bough package, you should have a large or a couple large pieces of spruce. You should have a couple of pieces of pine. And I apologize, the pine is kind of much more curled than what I typically like to harvest more of a flat bough, so it lays nice and flat, and the decorations hang nice and flat. So those are harvested here in Yukon, and then in the package you would also have some red cedar boughs. This is what the cedar looks like, and it's very fragrant and beautiful. So this I purchased from one of the grocery stores. I really had to sort through it. Many of the bundles had boughs in it that had really dried out and were dark brown and whatnot. So there wasn't as much of this as I had hoped to put in each package. So that's what you should have in that. Then you should have, there's about 9 feet of ribbon. Your supplies are not all the same, but you should have some nice wide ribbon in your package. You should have a long, we call this a sprig. Now there's quite a variety. It might look like this. It might, these are, or you might have red.
Sorry, just one question. Oh, can Joan and Chia mute, because we keep hearing them and the screen changes to them every time they make noise versus you?
It's gonna echo because we got 2 seconds.
Joan and Chia, could you please mute? We're getting lots of feedback here. Thanks.
They're muted.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody good?
How do I mute it?
Joan is still not muted. Joan and Chia.
Not sure.
I'm trying to, I don't know how to mute it.
Okay, do you see a little sign at the bottom that looks like a microphone? And it's got a red, so if you just click on that till it turns red.
Okay.
You see it there?
There's a little arrow that you just click the arrow and then you can, So I only got 1 spruce bough, Myra, just so you know. Okay.
Yeah, you should have just 1 big spruce bough.
Okay.
Yeah. And then a couple of pieces of pine, a couple of pieces of cedar. Okay. And I'm gonna show you other things.
Where's ours?
I don't know. I'm not feeling good.
Oh, don't get mad.
Okay, Joan, you're still not muted there.
I can't figure it out either.
Is there somebody there that can help you?
Let's see.
right at the bottom of the screen, right below Myra, you'll see a bunch of things that says mute, stop video, particular, share screen, etc. The mute is on the left-hand side. Click on that microphone. Did you find it?
Oh, you got it. I can see that you've got it now there. Perfect, Joan. Thank you. Okay, so that's the bows. Then you should have the ribbon. You should have a long sprig of some sort. It's quite long. And it could be berries. It could be something with silver leaves on it. It could be, but it's long. And then you'll have 2 smaller sprigs again. They're varied. I shopped early and there wasn't much of a selection, but because there was 30 people going to attend this, I wanted to have some choice. So, so you should have 2 of those, and then you should have a decoration of some sort.
I only got one tiny sprig.
You didn't get the long one, and you've
I
only
got the
got,
long one. I got this, but you're supposed to have 2 of them, you said? Small one,
okay. So
And
what did
then
you
I've
get
got
for your big one, Marion?
this.
Yeah, okay, so you got the bigger one, so you would only have 2. You'll see why when we start to put it together.
Oh, because you said you had to have 2 smaller ones and I don't have
Yeah,
that.
you should have in most packages, but some of you that got big ones, I just put 2 in because that's all that was available.
Right.
Okay, and then you should have some sort of decoration like this. Skates, a house, most of them were round. Okay, then you should have a work kit like this. Came in a bag. It will have green zip ties. It will have a popsicle stick, and on that popsicle stick it will have green twist tie. It's one big long one. You'll need scissors to cut that. And then you'll have on the other end, you'll have black wire. Now, when you're working with the black wire, unravel it. Don't just pull it off the end like this. Unravel it, because if you pull it off the end, it kind of gets kinked and it weakens the wire. And when you're twisting it, it'll just break. Okay. It's a very light gauge wire. So, okay. So that's that. In your kit also, I just wanted to do a little demo here. You will have a door hook. It looks like one of these 3M hooks. Can you see this? So the trick to using this hook, and so your bows will stay freshest if you hang this outside. It will keep the best. That's what this wreath is designed for. It's designed for outside. So if you're going to hang it on your door, I want you to imagine that this is your door. This book is your door, right? And this is the outside of the door, and this is where you're going to have your wreath hang. We'll pretend that this is the wreath. What I want you to do is on the inside of your door, I want you to put this hook on what you will think is upside down. You see how the hook part is at the top? That's because when you're hanging this through the door, it stays more secure. If you loop it, run the ribbon through the door. You see how that holds it there? Can you see? Sorry. Can you see that? So the hook looks like it's upside down, but it'll hold your wreath through the top of the door like this and on the outside, much more secure than if you're trying to stick this outside in the cold. It won't stay. Okay, so if you're hanging it on the door, that's how you do it. Inside of the door, hook upside down, then wrap your ribbon around it and it'll go through the door jamb and hang securely, okay? All right. So let's begin. I want to show you, and then I'll start demoing, but I want to show you some other pieces that you can add later. You've got zip ties and things that you can add these pieces to the back, okay? So one of the things I harvest early in the year, and it was too late to harvest any for this project, but this is juniper bush, and it grows along the ground, and most of the time it's covered with these really neat little white dusted blue berries. And when I harvested these, they were covered with them. But the last couple of days, I had magpies on my deck and I couldn't figure out what the heck, why all of a sudden I have all these magpies. Well, they love these berries. So I had harvested these nice branches and kept them outside where no snow got on them, and the magpies come and ate all the berries. So, but this smells really nice. And so if you can imagine this at the back of your, you know, it's a nice addition. Unfortunately, I didn't harvest enough to share with you in the bag. So that's one thing you could, if you can find some or you have some, you can add. You could also, and I didn't put any of this in the bag because the bags were being kept out in the cold, and these get so brittle and they just break and fall into little tiny pieces and make a mess. But you simply could just go out if you want to add some of these to your wreath and just bust them off. I painted mine. I spray paint mine a little bit, but they're very nice, natural as well. So just to give you an idea. Okay, or if you have some kind of silk, this is imitation eucalyptus. It also looks really nice in the mix. If you wanted to add or felt you needed something more for your wreath, and you can add that later. Or if you have something, grab it and I'll help you wire it in. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to start with here tonight is I'm going to get you to lay down your big spruce bough. Lay it down first. Now I prefer to work with my my boughs so that they're the cut end is pointed towards me. I can tie it better if it's towards me. I'm going to just tip that thing down so you can see my table better. Is that better? You can see the boughs better there, hey? Might cut my head off, but that's. So you've got your, oh, first, I'm sorry. Let's take off a fairly good piece. I would say about 10 to 12 inches of your black wire and just cut it off. If you can't, if you don't have anything to cut it, you just simply need to just kind of wind it between your two fingers and it'll break fairly easily. So you need about 10 inches to a foot of that black wire. And just set that aside. Then you're going to lay down your spruce. Then next, it's kind of up to you whether you want to put your pine piece down or you want to put your cedar down. Because my pine piece is a bit curved, I'm going to put my cedar next. And you kind of want to bring all the tops together. And then I'm going to put my pine next. But you lay it out and see what you think you like best with the way your boughs are. So right now I have my spruce, my cedar, and my pine. Then I'm going to take that piece of wire and I'm going to go down into my boughs where there's kind of a branch off that I can hook it under on all the branches. All right, and then I'm just going to thread it through and bring the wire to the back. You see how I've lifted up that branch and I've put the wire underneath it. That's when, so when you pick it all up together, it's kind of hung together. Okay, and then you're going to cross that wire over and go back around one more time. So you should be able to loop it quite easily twice and then just really twist it as tight as you can at the back. You've now bound your boughs all together and they should hang quite snugly together. You can move it aside. If you have a branch on any piece that looks like it's odd, you know, it's not, it's kind of just one piece hanging off, you can simply take your shears and cut it off, or take a sharp knife and just cut it off or break it off. None of the branches coming off the sides should be too thick that you can't take it off if you want to. You can also shape it after it's hanging if there's a branch that's just sticking out kind of crazy and you see it later, you can cut it off later. How's everybody doing? Any questions? Everybody got your boughs together? How you doing there, Carol and company?
She probably won't be able to look at that while she's doing it. Tell her we're gonna have to- oh, we're still tying.
Odessa?
We're still tying.
We're still tying.
Okay, I just saw the light come on there and wondered if you had a
I
question.
can't hear her. One sec.
Just carry on tying it. You know, when I hit pause. Oh, but I think I lost my Zoom.
Oh, we lost the Bluetooth. One sec. I can't hear her at all.
She's muted on that one. No, because I lost.
Odessa, I see you have your mic on. Did you have a question?
I think this piece is too big.
How to mute it? Mute it. Just.
Okay, so if your piece is too big, do you have something there sharp? You kind of cut it down?
Cut it.
Okay, I'll cut it then.
Yeah, you can just, you can wait till we're done and then give it some shape if you want, or if you feel you want to take some of it off now, you can just shorten the branch, or you can take the branch right off at the main piece.
So we don't have to use the pine if we don't want to.
You don't have to use the pine if you don't want to. Certainly you'll have lots of decoration, and I'm going to give you some ideas for other decoration You certainly don't need to use the pine if you don't want it. I apologize. I was hoping that the pine would sort of flatten out, but as you can see, even mine is, and the decorations don't hang on it very good when it's kind of curled up.
And I think I put mine on backwards, right? My cedar, I have to turn it around, right? Where the stem is showing.
Yeah,
Okay.
the cedar, you'll see there's kind of a shiny side and there's a dull side. It's nicer to have the shiny side up.
I gotta redo it then.
All right. Give you a minute, Marion. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna work on the bow. My experience is that you're gonna have a hard time seeing me twisting and placing the bow. I'm gonna demo it to you, but I'm also gonna show you an easier, quick way. You can either have somebody stand there with their hands about this far apart, or you can turn a chair upside down like I did here. This is an old stool that works well for me. But I'm gonna demo to do a bow by hand. If you can't do it, this method makes as nice a bow as the other way. So you have about 9 feet of ribbon. This is pretty good quality ribbon. You're going to need another piece of wire. I would suggest another 10 or 12 inches of wire for this, or your large zip tie. I like the wire because you just continue and wire it right to your wreath. So this is a bit tricky. So what, if you're doing it by hand, you make a small loop. It's a loop that's about, I would say, 3 inches, and you loop it right around, and this tail inside is kind of doubled in the bottom there. Then you need, I hold it with my thumb. Then you make a piece that's about 4 inches long. You loop it, you pinch it, and I have to trade hands. Loop it, pinch it, and then twist it to the other side. When you twist it, you will have the underside of your ribbon. You loop it back to make a 4-inch. Pinch it, twist it. It's upside down now on the other side, and you're going to make about a 6-inch loop. And you just continue this process back and forth till you have 3 loops, about 4, 6, and 8 inches on each side. It's really tough to hang on to this. This is quite good quality ribbon, and you have quite a handful by the time you're done. So you just keep looping, pinch at the center, twist.
I'm so lost. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm just going to finish this if people are following, and then you make, so you have like 3 loops on each side with 1 loop in the middle. And then you run your wire through there, twist it at the back, and set it aside. If you want to do, so everybody, let's go to the other method because it's easier. This works really well if we're standing together and you can really see well what I'm doing. Unfortunately, through Zoom, it doesn't really accommodate this method very well. So Here's the
Can you
other,
try showing us once more? With it?
Odessa, you have a question?
I was wondering if you could just try showing us once more that one first, just in case.
Okay, let me go on and do this and then we'll go back to this other one. Once you see that this works out almost exactly the same, I'm thinking you'll want to go to this method. Okay, so if you don't have a chair, if you have a partner there, get them to put their hands about this far apart. I would say 10 to 12 inches. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to find the middle of your ribbon. Fold your ribbon exactly in half. Okay. Then when that person is standing there, wrap the ribbon so the middle is in the middle of their hands. Like that, right? If they're holding their hands like this. So you wrap the ribbon around this being the middle. Okay. And you're going to go once, twice, just crossing over, and you're at the back again. And you're simply going to just loop it over right side up and knot it. Then pull it off their hands. Right? Everybody there? You'll have it like this, and then simply just work the ribbon out. Make sure this is flat. Work your ribbon out. And you've really ended up with the same style of ribbon.
How many times do we go around the?
You should get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops and a couple of little tails. You want me to demo the hand method or the stool method again?
The first way would be good if you could demonstrate. We don't have any extra people. For
Okay.
Or stools or anything.
The other way you can do it is on your feet. I'm not sure if I can show you. Okay, so let's go back to the first method then. First method, wrap it around about 4 of your fingers, so you have this to start, but make sure that this loop goes all the way, it covers itself on the bottom. Okay. Then you're going to make about a 4-inch loop. A 4-inch loop here. You're going to pinch it. You're going to pinch it into this round thing or underneath it, right? Like that. And underneath this first round bit that you created. You're going to twist it so that the unpatterned side is up, the unfinished side is up. You're going to loop it back. So your patterned is up. You're going to pinch it and keep it underneath. Right? You're going to twist it and you're going to loop it again on the other side. How are you doing so far? So it's really loop, pinch under the middle thing, twist, and I have to just keep changing hands. It's the way it works best for me. you twist it so that it looks inside out, and then loop it back over so you have the pattern on the top. Okay. And just continue to do that so till you have 3 loops between 4 and 6 inches on both sides. Right? Has everybody got a bow created of some sort?
No, I'm having trouble tying the knot with the chair demo because I've got a stool. I'm trying to figure out how to make it look pretty in the middle.
Okay, once you take it off, that's when you do your zhuzhing and you fix it all up. You get it off the stool and then you can just keep.
Can you show that demo again? Is that possible? Sorry, not that one, the stool one,
Yeah,
the easy
Yeah.
one.
the stool one is easy.
I've got a stool and I'm gonna use that.
Okay, everybody get your stools ready. Here we go.
I'm gonna
Okay,
try feet.
you've got your ribbon folded in half, right? Stick your finger in the fold so you know where half is. Right?
Mhm.
So here's the legs on your stool. Center your half in the middle of the legs.
Yeah.
Okay, wrap it. Cross it over,
Twice.
wrap it around the front, cross it over, bring it to the back, and then just tie it. Throw one tail over, like twist it like you're going to tie your shoelace. Throw one loop over, bring it to the back, tie it in a knot.
Okay.
Don't tie it too tight that you can't pull it off the legs, okay? Are we good so far?
I don't know.
Who am I hearing?
Me probably. I'm trying.
Okay. Where are you lost at, Marion?
I think I got it. I don't know.
Okay, listen, let's go on
Mhm.
and you and I can have a one-to-one at the end if you feel like you want to redo it, okay?
Can
Okay.
you keep showing this one? My feet are all tied up.
Who's talking to me?
Odessa, I have my feet on the table and I'm like where you're at, but I don't know what to do next.
Okay, so just pull it off. You got it wrapped and tied, just pull it up off the ends of your toes, right? And that's what it'll look like. And then you just pull it out and tighten up that center a little bit, pull it out, work it around. Like the ribbon that you have is really good quality ribbon for working with. Like it'll take a couple of redos, right? And it'll take you playing around with it and saying, oh, I want to straighten this out, or I want to I want it twisted, I want to make it like that, right? So you just keep working it, you see? All right. Okay, and I promise you, let's move on. And any of you that want to have a redo on your bow, we'll do, it's the last thing that we attach. So we'll have a redo at the end. Okay? Everybody okay with that? Okay. So just set that bow aside for now. Now what you're going to do is you're going to get your long piece of sprig or decoration. And I want you to kind of pull it out and fluff it up a little bit before you get it on the tied. So mine, you know, mine was really like this. And I just work these pieces out to get its fullness, and it makes it more showy and it looks fuller. So that's what I've done with mine. Okay. Then you're going to want, you don't want this way up at the top because most of your decoration is going to be at the top. You're going to have ribbon here and you're going to have an ornament here. So I want you to bring that long piece down so that it's about 2/3 of the way down on your bows, or even to the bottom of your bows. If your bow is short, use that to the best of your ability to bring it way down. Okay, and then you're going to take one of your zip ties. Probably a large zip tie. And again, try and catch it around underneath, kind of like a few of the bows so that it holds it there really secure. And once you get the zip tie on and you get it really, you can always tighten it, but you can't loosen it off. Try to make it as tight as possible. Okay, and you should have something like that. All right. So that's your big long sprig. If you have a pair of scissors, you can just snip the end of your zip tie off. Okay, so next we have 1 or 2 of these. And there's a variety of them, but this is what you're going to work with next. Again, I want you to, you know, fluff it out a little bit. Make sure that if there's a pine cone on it, it's headed in the, you know, it's going in the right direction. If there's berries on it or some greenery, or, you know, you can always play around with it a little bit more, but once you get them on, if you get them, you know, kind of fluffed out a little bit, of course, it's going to help you with the placement of them. Again, this time, you want these sitting so that they're about halfway down your bows. Can you see? Your long one should be sitting 2/3 of the way down. These sprigs should be sitting kind of about halfway down. Now, if you would rather them be off center or one over top of the other, that's entirely up to you. But lay it down, set them on there, have a look. You know, the other thing that you need to think about is, at this point, is there maybe some other things that you have in your personal collection or left over from that you'd like to use to personalize it? I'll just give you a couple of examples. For me, I like to decorate with old things. So I have these old kids skates. So I might add these and put the decoration inside the skate and hang them that way, right? I might want to use something that looks like a Christmas stocking. And again, I might finish it with putting, you know, a little package in there, some candy canes in there, or I might stick in my other little decoration and just add my bow and be happy with that. There's lots of ideas. You might want to keep it simple and string some mini lights in it. Oh, batteries are dead in my mini lights. But you might want to, you know, they have these very short strands and they have a battery pack. Look, you can get these for outdoors. You might want to add that, right? You might want to say, oh, I'll just put some Christmas ornaments. These are just simply wired together into a bundle. So it really is up to you how you want to do this. You can use what's provided and then add to it, or you can not use what's provided and just add your own things from here. Okay, but saying we're going to add what came in the goodie bag, again, just with these small ones, just you don't have to go all around the whole bow, so just take a small tie, sorry. Take a small zip tie and then just fasten, just loop through the branches. Oops. I got green so that they wouldn't show up and then I have trouble seeing them. Here we go. So you're about halfway down that you're tying these in. Okay, one on one side, one on the other. That's how I prefer. But like I said, you can do one over top of the other. You can do them at on a diagonal. Any questions? Everybody doing okay? Got a couple of duds in the zip tie. I hope nobody else has that problem. Okay, so show me what you got going on there. How are you doing? Good. Okay. Nice. Very good. Very good. How you doing there, Carol and company? Oh, I see another very nice one. Very nice. Marion? I can't hear you. Right on. Good. Okay. All right. So moving right along. Now you're going to find your, oops, and mine is falling apart. So I'm gonna, my owl thingy has fallen apart, so he needs a re-glue, so I'm going to use something else here. I have this star. But there should be skates and owls, maybe some red cardinals. So we're gonna tie that in next. And try and get this so that it hangs just above your two decorations here. Okay, remembering that your bow is going to go on the very top here, okay? So you're going to, and this one, most of them have some kind of string on them. You can loop it to the string if you want. I would suggest that you go through the string, or better yet, if you have enough of the ribbon or string, tie a knot down close and go underneath the knot. Like through the knot there, and then push your wire through it. Easier said than done. Might be easier with the zip tie. Or the twist tie, I apologize, it's really stiff and twisted, and it's not so easy. I didn't find it the easiest thing to work with last night, so I've been kind of avoiding it tonight. But if you need to, just snip a piece off with your scissors. Okay, and then you're going to secure your ornament next.
So the ornament goes at the very top, or does it go in the middle again?
It goes, try and do it just above your your last two little sprigs.
Okay, mine's too high up then.
Okay, yeah, because by the time you get your bow on, I'll just show you. If it's too high up, you've buried it behind your bow. So your bow is going to go right at the top here. So that's kind of the placement of it. If you could just come down. Your first sprig was about 2/3 down. Your little sprigs were about halfway down. And this should be about 1/3 of the way down. Or
Okay.
1/4 of the way down even. Okay. All right. And so we're back to putting our bow on. Now, those of you that did not get your bow or you want to work on it, just hold on a minute and I'll get finished up with the people that want to place their bow. And I just want to show you a couple of other things of how you might use this decoration other than on a door. I think it's lovely on a door, but if you want some other ideas, or it just won't hang on your door. And of course, outside is best, right? So wire your bow, run it through your wire through this loop at the back, and then just snug it up as best as you can. And there you have it. Okay, and just play around with your bow till you're happy with it. I kind of pull it out and then just kind of squash it in a little bit to make it round and full, right? Okay. Now, some of you may not want to hang it on the door or your door. Or some of you may not want to put that hook on there. This is a wreath hanger. It's actually made, so you would just make a loop with your wire and hang your wreath like this. And then this piece here fits over top of the door. It's low profile enough that you can close the door with it. So there's that. If you have an old kids toboggan or whatever, this is what I have to bring inside. So this can look really nice on an old toboggan and then just leaned up against the porch or some nice spot outside your home. So that. And this here for me is by far my favorite find. I have to admit that I'm a bit of a dumpster diver, but for a special piece like this, I don't mind. And I love this. And so this is just an old snowshoe. It was this color when I found it. It's a metal snowshoe. If you could find a one that's made with wood and babiche, it would be absolutely gorgeous. But you know, again, you hang this on there and it's outside somewhere, to me it's stunning. So just some ideas rather than just a door. You can also, if you don't want to hang it on the door, you can also take the bowl off and just put it in a planter or a pot or whatever. Take the bowl off, set it in the planter, and put your bowl onto the planter. It looks really nice that way as well. Okay. Any questions? Everybody got it to that point? Where, other than those that want to redo on the bows?
Would you be able to show us again? We have our bows on, we just are unclear on how we're hanging it again.
How you're going to hang it?
Yeah.
Okay. So in your package, there was a hook, right? And it's one of those 3M hooks, you know, where you peel this little piece and you apply one side, it says, apply this to the wall. You peel that off, apply it to the wall and or put it on the, well, I'll just show you here. So this, you know, it says command strip. That's the piece that goes against the back of this. And you just apply it there. This is one of the ones that will pull the paint off, but this will not work on the outside of your door in the cold. It just won't stay there. So pull this black strip off. Using this as the example of your door. This being the outside, right? So you want your wreath to hang outside your door like this. I'm just going to use this big green ribbon just for demo purposes. Okay. So you want this to hang, this being your wreath, to hang outside. you're going to apply on the inside of the door, you're going to apply your hook, what you will think is upside down. So you see how I have it here? You see how the hook is going down like this? That's because when you bring the ribbon through, it just simply hooks over there and stays snug.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay, now the other thing is if you don't have enough ribbon and you can't make a loop, add some fish line, add more of your black wire, or if you have just maybe one strand of ribbon that will go through from the ribbon supplied. I'll just show you something neat here. Simply partway up the ribbon, cut a hole in it. Don't cut it all the way through. Cut it through the ribbon, but don't cut it to the end. And then when you have this on the door, your single piece of ribbon comes through and you just poke it through that cut that you made and it'll hang. You see there? I made just a little slit in the ribbon and I just looped it over that hook, right? I didn't cut it right through. I just folded the ribbon like so. And I just cut a little like that. Can you see that? Okay. If you don't have enough ribbon, fishing line works best, or use some of your black wire. Just make a loop. But you have to make it long enough that it can go through where you want it to hang on the door and loop around that hook at the back. So I don't know how much you have left. But if you can get a piece of fishing line, an old shoelace, piece of, like that jute line or string, but you want something that your door can still close, right? It doesn't keep your door open. So fishing line is probably best, and fishing line is probably something that everybody has access to, hey? Okay, where are we at? It is 8 o'clock. But I want to stay on and help you with your ribbons. Nice. Okay, so here's the deal. Everybody needs to take a picture and of your finished product and tag Carol in it, because Carol Buzzell, your elder counselor, is the one that has worked to make this available along with Holly and Colleen. So please take a picture and tag, if you don't mind, Carol Buzzell, and then she can share it. All right. Oh, wow. Some of them have.
Holly, I'll get the two ladies to hold theirs up. This is Dora. So Dora, hold yours up.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, you did great. Look at that. Beautiful. Nice bow. Very.
And that's Sister Fran.
Oh, Fran, you got one of the skates. Love it. Beautiful. Are you happy with it?
Yes, I am.
Yes, they're very
Good.
nice.
Good. Who's next here? Erin?
Carol. This is a Danchilla. Hers has got a house on it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Thank
Really well
you.
done.
You want
Oh, you like it? You're happy with it? Okay,
Yeah, I love it. And
good.
this is my Emma's errands.
Thank you for organizing,
Oh,
Carol.
Thank
Lots of fun.
you.
all right, guys.
Well,
Enjoy.
there's
Happy holidays to you. Anybody else want me to, can I please see more? Elizabeth? Is that Elizabeth?
Where's Marion's?
I can show you mine.
Okay. Oh, nice. You got really nice portion on yours there. You can see all the decorations beautifully. Yeah.
I'm still working on my ribbon, but here's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah. Okay, Marion, we're gonna have a one-to-one here in a minute. Okay,
I'm
we'll make
gonna-
sure that you got that.
I'm gonna
ribbon.
keep trying with my ribbon. I think I
Okay.
might have it.
Okay.
Marion, it's like patience is a virtue. And
Oh, look at these. Oh, I am so pleased. They really turned out nice, guys.
Here's mine. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see? I
Yeah.
have to use my phone. so-
Alright. Odessa? Let's have a look.
You got the other one on there? Or we can hang it
Okay,
up.
you guys are taking pictures, right? And sending them to Carol?
Where's one? That's Tina's.
Nice. Very nice. And that's one with the red cardinal?
Yeah.
Beauty.
We'll hang them up.
I love this, the different shapes of how you guys have put the boughs together. Beautiful. Beautiful. So it really makes it personal, right?
Beautiful. It is beautiful.
Nice. Nice.
Beautiful.
Oh, you guys.
I did mine, but I can't do the bow. I just try to like.
Okay, so hang on, we're gonna, I'll stay behind, if you wanna stay behind and we'll have another go at it, okay? You've done such a beautiful job.
It's just the ribbon is really shitty.
Is it?
And Myra,
I need the
thank
other
you.
ribbon that you guys have.
Thank you for everything. And my group is going to log off.
Okay,
And
Carol,
for
thanks for
everybody
helping the
else-
ladies out there.
Yes.
And thank
And-
you again for
Thank you.
inviting me to do this. I hope you're happy. I hope the citizens are
Thank you.
happy.
Oh, it's
Benefit, say
absolutely
goodbye.
wonderful. Yes. And so the ladies, please take a picture, post them on Facebook and just tag me. That'd be wonderful. Thank you.
Okay. And anybody that wants to stay behind, we'll have another go at the ribbon.
Thank you for doing this. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thanks for coming on. Please
Have a
make
good
sure
night.
you take a picture and post and tag Carol in it.
Oh, definitely. I'll take a picture with it on my door.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. So we have a few people that are going to stay behind and have another go at the ribbon. I can see somebody talking. I'm sorry, and I can't hear you. You have to turn the mic on. The group in the boardroom.
Oh, hi, there we go.
Yeah.
Hi, we're gonna sign off. I'll take a picture of our wreath here.
On the top left.
Send it to Carol.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Speaker off.
Merry Christmas.
I know, because I can't, just have the other one.
Looks like you've got it pretty good there, Odessa. Okay, hey, left.
You do have crappy ribbon.
Told you.
I got the blue ribbon.
Okay, let me get another ribbon. Okay, how,
Because what?
you've got yours worn out a bit, have you?
I think you actually wore it. out.
I'm just gonna grab another roll of ribbon here.
I need some ribbon.
I don't think I have any of this ribbon here. Oh, this one's, got 4 on one side and 2 on the other. How did I do that? Not even. Like mine's not even.
I'll just,
I'm a perfectionist.
I'll just go buy one from Dollarama.
But this is looking better.
Okay, so what are you struggling with the wrapping of it? Or you're struggling with trying to fluff it out and make it look like what you want it to look like?
It's just super weird. Like it's different
Yours
ribbon than
isn't as
everybody
wiry.
else's. It's not wiry. Like it's just I don't know how to explain it. You'd have to feel it.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'm gonna suggest, Odessa,
Rachel?
I'm not sure who I'm talking to. There's a lady there in
Rachel.
the blue shirt, sorry,
Rachel.
Rachel. Try to fluff it out rather than pulling it out. Try, I know yours, if you don't have any wire in it, I don't know how we ended up with that, but rather than trying to pull it like this, try to push it in a little bit and just get it rounded out.
It looks okay.
Hey, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I thought so.
Huh?
No, don't keep it fluffed out.
Yeah, just push it in a little bit rather than pulling it this way. Push it in. And the other thing you can do is turn your tea kettle on and get some steam and just hold it over the steam and then just kind of work it out. If it's feeling a little wore out, sometimes just a little bit of a refresh with the tea kettle helps it.
Okay.
Are you happy with it? You're happy with the way it's tied? I feel like I want to send you another roll of ribbon.
I could just go buy some ribbon. Try it again tomorrow.
Does that look okay?
Yeah, it's probably more the ribbon than the technique. I apologize for that. I thought I had bought ribbon with wire in the end of it for most of it.
How's
When I
mine?
shopped, there was, I went to the dollar store and picked up supplies. I had a big cart full of supplies. And when I got to the checkout, they were charging $1 more on every item that was a Christmas item at the till. So I ended up leaving a cart full of stuff there and then tried to get everything through Walmart. So
It's unique.
I'm just gonna leave it like this.
That's Jason. See what he said.
that's great. That looks just fine to me.
I think so too.
Huh?
Yeah, it's okay. I'll just leave it like that for now.
It's perfectionist here.
Yeah,
And you
too
know
much
what?
of a
I love the shape of that. Everybody has this concept that it needs to be long and lean and whatnot. And I love the shape of yours.
So how's mine?
Thank you.
Okay, ladies, good night. Thanks for joining.
Does that work?
Okay. Marion, that looks fine, but what I would suggest, do you, rather than pulling that and flattening it all out like this, if you want it more rounded, push the ends of those in and just round it up a
This?
little bit.
Oh, like this, you mean?
Yeah, it just softens it up. I think what's happened there is you've got 4 kind of petals instead of 6.
Okay.
But if you just push it in a little bit, it'll round it out.
Okay.
Okay. Are you happy with your bow?
Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna make it stay like that, so.
Okay.
Put a stitch in it, I'll go sew it.
Do you want to redo it and make those loops shorter?
No, that's too complicated. I will figure this out.
I
I think if I
what-
just, I think it's easier for me just to sew a stitch in it. It really is.
Is to what?
Sew a little needle and thread and sew a little stitch in it. In each of these.
Yeah, or you can take it apart and make 3 loops on each side rather than 2 big ones.
Yeah, it was just how what I had for my stool, I guess, right? So,
Okay,
but I'll figure it out.
I did that, or we can take it apart and you can do it on your feet. I can sit in the chair and move the computer so you can see me do it on my feet.
Oh my goodness. It's too complicated, but we'll try.
Okay.
Okay, let's try it then. Let's do
Okay,
it.
okay, let's do it.
Let's just do it with those little bows that you're doing or whatever. I was so confused.
Yeah, you know what? The bow is really hard. It's like trying to teach beading over Zoom, right? Unless you can kind of see it happening.
Mhm.
Okay.
You need the magnifier. Or two cameras.
And we were struggling with the light last night and all
When I
kinds
was
of.
taking a beading course, she had 2 different cameras on it. I don't know how she did that.
Yeah, unfortunately. And then the other thing that happened yesterday is my computer decided to, so I'm working off my husband's computer here. So I'm just gonna move you around. I'm gonna see if you can see the floor there.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna use our feet. This is
Pardon
gonna
my groovy socks.
Okay.
Huh?
I said, okay. You're gonna fold it in half?
Yep, you're gonna fold it, find the middle piece.
Yeah.
I think this one is a little, a little bit longer, but okay. So can you see my feet there? Okay, so just imagine like they're the 2 legs of the stool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wrap
So
it around twice.
you're gonna find the middle, right?
Yeah.
And start it there. Then you're just gonna cross, right?
Cross and wrap it around my feet again.
Yeah, and then go and cross again. Each time, yeah, you cross at the front and the back. Now, when you're here, you're just gonna go and make a bow like that. You see what I've done there?
Yeah.
You just cross it and tie it, right? Loop it around and tie it.
Okay.
You don't have to knot it, just, and then you just pull it off, sit it on your knee. And it's best to have 3 loops for this length of ribbon.
Oh my goodness.
Tie it tight, right?
Yeah.
And then just oops, tie it tight. And
The
then
crisscross is what I was missing then.
yeah. Okay. And then just keep tightening it up. You kind of want this to be nice and rounded so it looks nicely finished, right? And then just make sure that your pattern is out the right side. And you just keep playing with it till you get it. You know, if you don't have this too tight, you can just move it back and forth and adjust it so you have your loops kind of matched up.
Yeah, so there's 3 loops, right?
Yeah, 3 loops on each side, so a total of 6 is best. And sometimes I try to do like 2 inches, 4 inches, and 6 inches, or 4, 6, and 8 with this length of ribbon. But the most work in it is really just playing with it. I pull the smaller ones forward, you know, and just keep playing with it till you.
How do you get the, like, cause see, I've got some long pieces here, like that's where I'm struggling.
Okay, where are your long pieces? Is it the tails or is it
At the bottom? My tails are really short.
Okay, so just find the end of that and pull it from the other side. See, like just pull it from the other side. You see, and you just shorten it. and you just play with it till bow making is an art all of its own. You gotta just, it's, you know, if you're a beader, you know, like when you're putting your bead colors together, you have to kind of play around with it a little bit to get it.
Yeah.
It's the same with the bow making, like you have to just keep. I think when I first started making bows myself, you know, I was self-taught. I wore out so many pieces of ribbon, it looked like a damn rag. But you see.
So how is something, I don't know.
Thank
Not
you.
as
We're
much of
gonna
a
log
chair,
off.
but how's this?
Okay,
Sorry, thanks.
yeah, you bet. Thanks again. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Thank
Christmas.
you.
Don't forget to send pictures.
Yeah, Marion, don't keep her there all night.
I'm not trying to.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, see, you got it pretty good, but I think what you're doing is you're pulling this and making it really flat. Try to
Okay. Make them like,
round it out. That's my preference. If you want it flat, then have it flat, but
like that.
there you go.
Mhm.
There you go. You see how much softer that looks?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Got it.
Now all you need to do is attach it to, so you attach it above your decoration there. And just a piece of
Okay.
wire.
And then it would look like that. Perfect.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, now you got it.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I've added some things, but yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's good.
Very good. Oh,
Thank
yeah. That's pretty. It's well put together.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Okay.
really good.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Good to see you again, Marion. Take
Yay.
care. Yeah.
Thank
Good night.
Good night. Thank you for being patient.
No worries. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Bye.
Bye.